Sunrise here at Monduran Dam as our pros are getting set for what should be a terrific day. Welcome once again to Steve Morgan. Steve, the first of our bass rounds, some different rules.
That's right, Matt. There is a 2 bass limit in Queensland and our AFC pros are chasing those fish in the 6-hour session today. Also, Tim Morgan's got the chance to make up for that relegation in the Brim rounds and do his best for Team Hummingbird. A warm morning this morning, the barramundi are going to be biting. Let's hope they can stay away from them.
Hopefully we can get a couple bass in the well, and then it'd be good fun if we could hook up on a couple of those big barra. They're great fun. Don't want them today, but if we get a couple of bass, they'll be good fun.
Our bass pros bringing these terrific boats into line for the start. They've been sitting back watching what's been happening in the first 2 rounds. Now they are eager to get going themselves. The Ford Ranger clock, it counts down the vital seconds to the start. The siren sounds and we're underway for round 3.
Here we go for our first day on the bass tour.
Steve, they can really take off at pace, but safety is always an issue.
That's right, Carl Jochimson there wearing his Club Marine PFD, and these guys are keeping an eye on each other. They all had tough pre-fishes and they're seeing where they're going first up.
As expected, Team Hummingbird already stopping.
All right, we started about 30 seconds ago with that, and I'm pulling up to my first point to have a fish.
Keeping an eye out to see where Harry's going.
And I had to chat to Moddy after the pre-fish. Moddy's got his own definite game plan. He's got a little bay that he didn't even practice in. He did well in the ABT event there, and he's going back.
As Harry Watson checks out his first position, let's check out the weather for today. It'll be mostly fine. The UV index will be at 8, which is very high. There's a 20% chance of rain. The wind will be light to moderate, coming out of the northeast, swinging to the northwest. We're headed for a maximum temperature of 26 degrees, humidity at 65%.
And although AFC is new to Lake Monduran, ABT came here earlier in the year and weighed over 100 cracking bass. The biggest fish around 2 kilograms and the biggest limit over 3.5. Any of our AFC pros would love a limit like that today. And if we look at where they've pulled up from the start, Team Club Marine, Team Hummingbird are old teammates that are now fishing against each other in the main basin. Harry Watson's 2 kilometres further up at the mouth of Bird Bay, whereas Team Mercury has run about 12 kilometres from the start line to the top of Bay C.
Yeah, we've just pulled up on this bank, and what we're doing is just got a TN60 and a brown dog. This water, as you can see, is pretty dirty, so it's a good natural colour, so hopefully it goes all right for us. And what we're doing is just casting to the edge of the weeds, but not counting it down. We're just bringing it straight back, it's a bit cooler this morning, so hopefully those fish will be up pretty high. And then just that nice, constant, slow roll. I'll vary it up a little bit. I'll go a bit faster, a bit slower, but I just think that slow roll with the fish being that tough, you know, could be a good way to start. Hopefully, all things going to plan, it works. Oh no! Yes, yes, yes. That's the one. Oh man, come on. Come on, come back.
Well, just over half an hour into the event and no action yet for Timmy Morgan from Team Hummingbird, but he's got a clearly defined game plan. He's just working up and down this one weed bed edge within about 300 or 400 metres of the start line. And he's on.
Oh, I think this might be a barra. I'd say this would be a barra.
And that line screaming over the runners is usually good sound for anglers, but not when it's connected to a barramundi.
There you go. He's not a real big fish, but only on light bass gear. Oh, I don't know if my net's going to be big enough.
Normally, half an hour into the day, Tim Morgan would be absolutely stoked to pick up a barramundi of this size, but that's not what our pros are after today. And Steve, he's only got on the boat a net that's designed for bass.
Not just a net that's designed for bass, but his tackle's designed for bass. He's got a light leader, a small lure. Those barramundi swallow them right down and it can be quite costly.
I don't know if the net's going to be big enough. So, not the target species, but a nice barra, probably about 70 centimetres, I'd say. So a lovely fish. I pretty much knew as soon as I hooked him he wasn't a bass, but always good fun to catch. We'll release him, eh?
As Tim Morgan releases that beautiful barramundi, we'll take a break. When we return, the barra keep biting, but the bass are bashful.